Welcome back to GAA Fan TV. My name is Aaron, and it was Armagh 13 points, Kerry 113 at the Athletic Grounds. Kerry are officially into the Alliance National Football League for 2022. I mean, we pretty much knew they were going to be in there anyway at this stage. You know, they were, on the back of 4 straight wins. They've been by far the most consistent team in Division 1. And obviously, given the results yesterday, with Mayo having been beaten by Tyrone, I think it was very much home and hose that Kerry were going to be in that league final, almost regardless really of what happened today. But the result does confirm it. It's officially confirmed Kerry into that league final, and well deserved. They controlled the game, better team for pretty much the entirety of the 70 minutes. Armagh closed the gap a little bit towards the last sort of 5 to 10 minutes of the game and made it a little bit more of a contest than, if Jason Duffy took away that chance maybe at the end of the game instead of hitting it straight at Shane Ryan. Maybe they might have had a chance, maybe they might have sneaked something out of it. But Kerry were just by far and away the better side. I mean, Armagh hit the opening score, but then I think Kerry hit 8 without reply. Armagh didn't score again until the 27th minute. So, it was really that sort of period of the game, really the sort of first quarter where Kerry very much done their damage and pulled away. They controlled possession, very calm on the ball. They were just far more clinical in front of goal as well, and I think it's as easy as that. I think Armagh, with their opportunities with the likes of Tiernan Kelly, even Rian O'Neill once or twice, just not quite there in front of goal, shooting-wise. When Armagh were getting forward, it wasn't, Rory Grugan as well. Just the efficiency in front of goal just wasn't quite there from an Armagh point of view, as opposed to Kerry, who were nailing probably 80 to 90% of the scoring chances that they had. And Stephen O'Brien, who came back into the side, I suppose OG subscribers of this channel will know I've always been a big fan of Stephen O'Brien. I think his pace on the ball is absolutely brilliant. Maybe physically isn't quite there, and maybe that's why he doesn't quite start ahead of a lot of other players. And I know he struggled with injuries as well, but I thought he was very impressive in the first half, kicked the point, and was on the ball a lot, was picking men out in front of him, creating space, running in between the spaces as well. I thought he was brilliant. And Jack Savage, 4 points in total, 2 of which from play. Again, another Kerry forward to come into the team and, just, stick to the game plan. And that's the thing with Kerry, is even when you do have David Clifford, who doesn't start, your quality doesn't drop that much. And that's we obviously know David Clifford is one of the best forwards in the country, if not the best forward in the country. But the other players that you have there, like, they all just work so well together, and the quality isn't so much of a gap, as opposed to some other counties. If you take a Cormac Costello out of Dublin, and I think we struggle quite a bit. With Mayo, you're seeing without Tommy Conroy, Cillian O'Connor, that sort of gap really in quality. Whereas with Kerry, if they were missing a David Clifford for the championship now, maybe it might sway people's opinion, but I think you're seeing that their quality levels are still there. Like Tony Brosnan with a point, Paddy Clifford with 2 fantastic points. One in the second half, remember, was exceptional stuff from, must have been about 40 yards or so. It was really, really well taken. And then you do have that man, David Clifford, coming off the bench, scoring 1-2 and just making it look easy, looking absolutely simple. Even the awareness for the goal, to catch that ball, to turn it. It's like he already knew the goalkeeper was off his line when he was turning with the ball. It was just great awareness, brilliant finish. And Kerry were superb. They really, really were. They just dominated the ball. Brilliant around the middle as well. Jeremy O'Connor, Jack Barry, these guys were very impressive, I thought, as well. Brian O'Buglock, getting forward. He got himself on the score sheet as well. Armagh, I thought, struggled maybe a little bit with the kickouts at times. Kerry were winning a lot of ball. Armagh just maybe a little bit sluggish in possession, in particular in the first half, just giving possession back to Kerry far too easily, and it allowed Kerry to just build up on the ball. And maybe defensively as well, not as tight as you'd want. on the likes of your Stephen O'Briens, your Tony Brosnans, these lads like Kerry were just allowed work scoring chances far too easily. You know, but look, from an Armagh perspective, they made it much more of a game in the second half. It was obviously at one stage in the first half, it was like a 5-point game, 6-point game, and Armagh ended up bringing it back to 8 points to 4 at half time. But in the second half, they definitely closed the gap quite a bit. At one stage, you felt like maybe, even at the end, you know, it was kind of a Hail Mary ball, like a float in. You felt like maybe the ball falls to the right man, like a Rian O'Neill, or even a Jason Duffy, who's been brilliant in front of goal recently and has been a real super sub for this Armagh team. But it just wasn't meant to be fair. And Kerry withstood the pressure again. Another fantastic defensive performance from a Kerry perspective, who are, you know, doing everything right at one end of the pitch, but are now really starting to get things right at the opposite end of the pitch. And you know, Jason Foley, although he did pick up a yellow card, was impressive. Dylan Casey as well. As I already mentioned, Brian O'Buglock. So, you know, fair play to Kerry. They're getting things a lot right defensively. And you're looking at some players you're bringing off the bench there, like Paul Gainey, and you obviously have Joe O'Connor coming in there as well, who's obviously been recovering from injury, Micheál Burns. So just so much options all across the pitch. No doubt about it. Why aren't you watching the Dublin game? I am watching the Dublin game, my man. It's half time. Half time, my man. Half time. So that's the reason why we're doing this reaction right here. So yeah, stay tuned. Reaction be out after the Dublin game. Dublin leading by 2 points at the minute there as well. So yeah, we'll be sure to do a reaction once that finishes up. Don't worry about that. But yeah, look, I suppose from an Armagh perspective, to finish up, you know, as I've said multiple times, really, in podcasts and reactions, all the rest, their focus is on the championship now. There's absolutely no doubt about it. Certainly a lot to work on. Maybe they've started games a little bit slow at times this year and given themselves a bit to do in second half of matches. And maybe their intensity that they start off with in the league has probably faded quite a bit as it's gone on. But we all know the quality that they have, and Rian O'Neill kicked some brilliant points at times in this game as well. And when you get him the ball, when you get him those scoring opportunities, he's very, very impressive. Tiernan Kelly with 2 points, Rory Grugan with 2 points as well. So, and even had like Greg McCabe and Jardy O'Burns contributing as well from an Armagh perspective in defence. So, yeah, look, it's not the end of the world, but from Kerry, they march on. It's hard to look past them winning the All-Ireland this year. It really, really is. They seem to be doing everything right going forward. Defensively, they look very good, whether it's Shane Ryan or Shane Murphy in goal. You know, Shane Murphy's probably definitely the man from what I've seen from most Kerry point of view. I think it was Shane Ryan in goal today, but definitely no doubt about it. Shane Ryan in goal today. But, you know, midfield looks quite good as well with Jeremy O'Connor, Joe O'Connor to come back in. So, yeah, it's looking good from Kerry. It really, really is. It's looking very, very positive. And undoubtedly probably resting more players for next weekend's game against Tyrone. It is. And then you're in the league final, whether it is Armagh or Kerry, you would have to fancy Kerry at this stage. Absolutely no doubt about it. Anyway, we'll go ahead and wrap this up here. If you could leave a like, and if you're new to the channel, if you could subscribe, be very much appreciated. As I was saying there, the Dublin and Donegal reaction will be out after. Dublin leading at the minute, so hopefully it will stay that way, but we'll see what happens. I'll see you all later.